Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for blessing me with your time today. I hope you're in a happy mind state wherever you are in life. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about finding that special gift for someone who smokes weed. With Father's Day coming up, now would be the best time of any to get someone that special gift that they may, not expect here. So here's a list of things, if you're just kind of stumped to, as far as what to get someone, maybe get an idea, maybe not. I did mention Father's Day. There's a lot of single parents, so, a lot of mothers who play fathers. So, it'd be, if you're dating a single mother, maybe you have a single parent in your life, then, maybe getting them something, a little kudos for you, a gold star for you. So let's get into it. Again, these are to find special gifts or perfect gifts for someone who smokes weed. What to get them. So number one would be like any type of papers or wraps or cigars. So my personal favorite would be the raw papers. I'm not endorsed by anyone, no one's sponsoring this video, but I like the wrap papers. They all varieties of shapes. If you kind of know the person, if they, especially if they have a preference. So like some people just like cigars, other people like papers, maybe some people like bongs or instruments that you use to smoke weed. So whatever they like, always you can never have enough. You can never have enough papers or enough cigars. That always comes in handy. So that's number one. Number two, kind of leads into I mentioned this a few seconds ago. So like if they smoke like it's weed from bongs or they smoke it from pipes or whatever, and there's whole different types of styles as far as if you know what, as far as asking, so what type of pipe or bong I may get, kind of get one. I would say get one that's similar to the one that they already use already, because sometimes you get one, it might cost more expensive, but then you give it to that person, they don't really like it because it's too complicated to use, or it just seems too fancy, or whatever the case may be. So, especially if you kind of know that person, again, you would want to get something that's very similar to what they use, because it's better that they use what you give than them not use it, and you kind of wasted your money. So number three, it's very obvious, food, any type of snacks. I mean, if they like candy, a lot of, snacks, like, chips, peanuts, whatever there's like easy access that you don't have to put much work into as far as preparing, right? Something's quick and easy. So chips, chips and dip is real good. Anything like sweet breads like cinnamon rolls or ding dongs or Twinkies, anything like that would be great. If they type of person like candy like me, I like a lot of chocolate. So anything that's like chocolate, like Hershey Kisses or M&Ms or Reese's Pieces, that would really make my day. But anything that they like, that that they like, if they like sour candy, sour gummy bears, sour worms, or those sour straws, just any food or snacks is always good there. So number four, here's a really great idea. If you just kind of don't know what to get, and like, oh, they got a lot of food, maybe they got plenty of papers, or they got plenty of bongs or whatnot, you don't know what to get them a gift, like a gift box, and what I mean by gift box is, just put a bunch of different stuff in there that's like weed related, right? So maybe you throw a couple of papers in there, maybe throw some wraps in there, maybe throw some cigars, maybe you throw some potato chips in there, some candy, and you just kind of throw it in there. And one thing that I think that you could get is like a tray, like a weed tray. You put it in there, maybe a little weed tray, and you put some papers or whatnot, because weed tray is really nice. That's something, because people are always like looking for something to break their weed down and roll it up on. So weed tray is always good to have. Number 4, well, that was number 4. So number 4, if you live in a state where weed is like legal, whether it's for recreational or medicinal, um, a good idea or a good gift idea would be like getting the gift cards. You know, some dispensaries, depending on the state, so some dispensaries have like gift cards, or they have like, um, you know, where you can trade in cash for like the in-store currency. So they have a favorite dispensary, you know, getting gift cards, maybe getting like again, some type of in-cash value. We can add credit. Sometimes, you know, you can add money to a person's account, so they have credit on their account. So they can go in there and use that credit like it's money, but you can only use it at that store, you know. And again, sometimes some stores or dispensaries would have like gift cards, and so you can, you know, buy them some gift cards at their favorite dispensary there. Speaking of dispensaries, if they do have a favorite dispensary, you know, if a person do smoke weed, you know, one thing that they would love is just getting them some weed. You know, if you have a card or you live in a state where, again, the weed is recreational, you can go into a dispensary. If you're, I think you have to be over 21 to buy weed. I think, I don't know, don't quote me for that. But if you can go into a dispensary, maybe buy them some weed and, you know, give it to them as a gift. You know, anybody that smokes weed would really appreciate that. You know, who doesn't want free weed? Who doesn't want extra, you know, marijuana or whatnot? So getting them weed, you know, that's always a plus. And so number 7, if the person you know you're getting a gift for likes to do things like to consume things when they smoke or however they consume their weed, you know, get that. So for example, like me, I like to drink coffee when I smoke weed. So if you get me like some coffee, you know, I would think that would be a really great gift. Maybe someone likes to drink water, or some people like to drink alcohol, or, you know, whatever. Maybe some people like to eat candy while they smoke, or they might like to eat fruit. You know, it's just, you know, just different. And so you kind of know what that person likes, right? And so, you know, getting that would be a really, really, you know, it put a smile on their face, you know, because again, sometimes, you know, you might have like a lot of weed, but you might be low on coffee. So, you know, getting some extra coffee, that you can never have too much coffee, right? Or, you know, too much chocolate or too much candy, right? So getting them something that they like to consume when they're enjoying weed. So number 8, number 8. So a lighter. You know, lighters. You know, for some reason or another, lighters are one of those things that, you know, people lose. You know, they always, you know, somehow they disappear real quick. And, you know, or if you do have a lighter, maybe the lighter, you run out of the lighter when you need the lighter. You know, you need it and it's not working, and, you know, so get them a pack of lighters. You know, getting them a pack of lighters. I would recommend, you know, Bic, but, you know, everybody has their own. Some people like the butane lighters, you know, like the torch kind. Some people like the, I don't know what you call those, like the Zippo kind with the, you know, they flip or whatever. But, you know, the Bics are usually the cheapest. You know, you can get like a pack of 5 for, on Amazon for like maybe $7-8, or maybe, I don't know, $10, $12, $13, I guess, for a pack of 5. You know, a pack of 5 Bic lighters, and they usually last pretty long time. So, you know, a pack of lighters, that's always a good gift for anyone who smokes weed. Number 9. If you're like dating someone, you know, or you're kind of casually seeing someone that smokes weed, maybe you don't smoke weed, or if you do smoke weed, you know, whatever. But, you know, if you're kind of casually seeing someone, encourage them to go smoke with their friends, especially if they're the type of person that maybe haven't seen, you know, they haven't seen their friends in a while, or they haven't seen their, you know, hang out with their cousins or whatever, and they haven't seen them in a while. Encourage them to go smoke with them. You know, go buy them some weed, and, you know, say, hey, go, you know, you ain't seen such and such in a while, you know, go hang out with them and go smoke, or whatever, you know, whatever they want to do, and, you know, just kind of kick them out the house or whatever, you know, and it, you know, they might be hesitant. I don't know, I don't have nothing to wear, or, I don't, whatever the excuse, but just kind of encourage them to get out there and go out there and hang out, and and the next day they'll be really, really like thankful towards you because you know, pushed them to have fun. Because we all like to have fun at the end of the day. We all like to have fun. So encourage them, buy them, maybe get them some weed and encourage them to go smoke with their friends or family or, maybe someone they ain't seen in a while. And it'll do them good, it'll kind of refresh them because change the atmosphere. Maybe they reconnect and, they have catch up on old times or whatnot, you know. Um, so number 10, a good gift idea to give someone who smokes weed is to go down on them. So a good gift idea for someone who smokes weed is to go down on them while they're smoking. So, I don't know, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's very pleasurable experience, very pleasurable feeling, and I don't know too many people who wouldn't turn that down. So, I think probably of all these things I mentioned, this is probably would be the most preferred gift if you had to pick a gift, I guess. If you're comfortable with doing that, if they're comfortable with letting you do that or whatever. So again, this would be more so someone that you're kind of intimately close with. It couldn't be. I wouldn't imagine you would. If it's a friend and you had a crush on them or whatever, I wouldn't. Or you walk up to, if you had a crush on them, I don't think you would want to ask them nothing like that. But again, this is more someone you're kind of closely connected with, intimately, or whatever. You've been intimately seeing them or whatnot. That would be more for something like that. So set up. So this is number 11. I think we're at number 11. Yeah. So this is number 11. So number 11 is set up a date, or like a kind of a get together or whatnot at some venue that you can like indulge in weed at, in public. So there's a lot of places, I imagine, just kind of depending on the state. Like here, one of the places you can go to smoke weed and not be worried about, people kind of harassing you about smoking weed, I guess, or getting harassed by the police, is they have a coffee house here, right? And you can go and drink your coffee and sit outside and smoke your marijuana and just kind of be in your own world, listen to music. I think they have a live band. It's kind of like an evening type of thing, So places like that, I think there are some places where you can go and, you might have to look it up on Google, but you can go and smoke weed and draw pictures of naked people, I think something like, or a bowl of fruit or something, if they're into that kind of thing. There may be in some where I've seen it where you can go, like if they play video games, they can smoke weed and play video games and, you rent out the room and they eat pizza and, and have a good time. So setting up a date at a place that's weed friendly or friendly towards weed, if they're kind of the bar type of person, they like to go out, and there's a lot of bars that will allow you to smoke, surprisingly, with everybody frowning upon smoking. But, where they'll allow you to smoke in the establishment, and, I imagine you have to buy a drink or something. I don't know how that works, but they'll allow you to smoke, I guess, if you be discreet about it and you're not causing a scene and acting crazy. But, maybe take them something like that if they're more of a bar type person, or they're just simple, again, you can just Google it in your city, whatever city you live in, just Google it and I'm sure you'll find a whole list of venues that you can go to. Really cheap too, really, really cheap, that that person would really enjoy. Again, they may be hesitant, if they're especially a person that not really into going out, they may be hesitant at first, but if you can encourage them to go, they would really, I'm sure, would really, really thank you because, again, they got to experience something they haven't experienced in a while. So these were the these are the idea or gift ideas to get someone who smokes weed. So Number 12. Number 12. And this is kind of costly, but I think it's really fun. Renting a car. Just renting a car. Renting a car. Again, this would be more for someone that you're kind of really close to, or you're trying to make a good impression on, I guess, more so. But renting a car. And you don't have to rent a car to go nowhere, but you can just rent a car and just drive on the highway. And you have them to, if they're a person that like to ride, let them ride so they can smoke. And you just hit the highway and just let the music play, and and just make it a whole day of driving. If they're the person that likes to drive, let maybe if you're comfortable with letting them drive. But with everything kind of shut down right now or whatnot, you can find a lot of great deals. Like a lot of your, I don't know any offhand. I mean, there's, a whole, you just can Google it, and, there's all kind of like combo deals for car rentals that you can get. It's really cheap. I mean, I guess the most challenging thing of that is the gas, the price, how as high as gas is. So I guess you couldn't go too far, but again, just hitting the highway, keeping it on cruise control, right the speed limit, and just just smoke, let the person smoke, and just ride and listen to music, and maybe drive somewhere you see the nature, because something about nature, being one with nature, just kind of embracing nature, it just kind of does something to your mind. I don't know, that's like when you see people do yoga, they're doing it outside and they're doing it in the forest or whatnot, or on top of a mountain. I guess that, like, it kind of not mess with your head, but it kind of get you I guess in tune with the nature, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so renting a car, again, you don't have to have a destination. Just go on the highway. You let them smoke, and it just be and just riding around smoking. And I mean, now if you are gonna rent a car, you do want to be very careful about smoking in the car. Because I think some rental cars, they'll charge you $200-300 for a smoker's fee or whatever. So you do want to be careful not to get no burnt holes in the car or whatever. Be very careful. But aside from that, get in the car and just riding. Just riding on the highway, and and just smoke, and you got music playing. That's good times. So number 13. I don't know who wouldn't appreciate this, because, as people who smoke weed, one of the worst things that people who smoke weed, in my opinion, is is when you gotta roll up and smoke. So when you're rolling up a blunt or you're rolling up joints, whatever, sometimes it's just kind of like tedious or it's time consuming. So if it's someone else who can roll, you would try to get them to roll. You would prefer that they roll. So here's the idea. If you get a case of blunts, right, case of cigars, and you roll them all up. So like in a case, usually there's like 50 cigars in a case. I think it's 25 or 50. I don't know there, but I think it's 50 cigars in a case, right? So if you get 50 cigars and you roll all 50 up, of weed, and then you give it to them as a gift, they'd be really, if you can roll. I mean, if you can't roll, then you probably wouldn't want to do that. You can buy, they do have at the stores where you can buy the case of blunts that's already rolled, pre-rolls, but sometimes they're a little bit more expensive, so it'd be cheaper, I would think. You roll up your own, you know what I mean? If they smoke joints, then you can just get them some paper, a pack of papers. I think most pack of papers come like a 50 pack or 32 papers in a pack or something like that, and you just roll up a pack of papers and roll them all up and give it to them as a gift or something. Now a side note there, just be really careful who you do that for, because some people are really suspicious about stuff, because I've smoked with people where if they didn't see me rolling, they're not going to smoke, because we could have been smoking for years, but they're thinking for some reason they're paranoid. I'm not paranoid, I don't know, to each his own, but they would think I would try to put something in the weed, to smoke, I don't know why they would think that, but but again, just so I would hate to say you rolled up. Let's say you rolled up 50 cigars, and they're like, I don't want them because they already rolled. Some people are kind of particular like that, I guess, when it comes to smoking. Um, there, so just kind of if they are the kind of person that doesn't really mind, or they're not really all paranoid like that, then doing something like that, it's really neat idea, cool idea, especially saves them time. Because again, when you smoke, one of the worst things, or anything that I guess a person smokes with, is preparing to smoke, breaking it down and rolling it or whatnot. I guess because it's time consuming, right? And so they already have it there. So I think anybody would love that, right? So number 14. Kind of goes with number 13. So if they smoke something other than weed, so like if they smoke cigars, so like me, I smoke Black and Milds, and I smoke Black and Milds with weed. So if they smoke like cigarettes, or they smoke cigars, outside of smoking the weed, maybe you buy a pack. So you buy a pack of like me, again, I smoke Black and Milds, so get a pack of Black and Milds. I don't have none here. But if you get a pack of Black and Milds, you can stuff the Black and Milds with weed, and give it. So if they smoke cigarettes, like if they smoke Marlboro Reds, or Camels, or Newports or something, you can stuff the cigarettes. You have to kind of be more careful with stuffing a cigarette than you would with a cigar, and it is time consuming. I mean, you do have to use a lot of weed to stuff those, but maybe one or two of them, give it to them. They'll be happy because one is probably never seen nothing like that before, or smoked out of nothing like that. So it's a neat experience, something to try, to smoke weed different. A different way to smoke weed, I guess. So all right, so number 15. I think outside of the getting a person going down on a person while they're smoking weed, I think this is the most important thing, probably gifts you can get someone, is some type of spray or odor sanitizer, or something, or odor neutralizer, or something that can like cover up the smell of weed. So like a lot of times people when they go to work, because I don't know, I've been in situations where I would maybe I haven't smoked for a long time, or maybe I've been around people who smoke, and then I'll go around people who don't smoke, and they can smell that. They can smell it in your hair. Even I don't have hair, but they can smell it in your hair, they can smell it in your clothes, and so getting some type of odor neutralizer. If they have like some fabric sheets, you can just throw it in the dryer. Let them throw it in the dryer, like they have a shirt or something, and they're on a lunch break. If they got a spray, they can spray on their hands, because when you smoke, it stays, for some reason, stays really strong in your fingers or your lips or whatever. Again, it stays really strong in your clothes. So getting some kind of spray, to get rid of that, I think would be really important out of any of these gifts, and I think that's something people would really appreciate, is some type of spray, or again, odor neutralizer that can remove that weed smell. Because some people, maybe they are allergic to weed, and because you'll always have somebody, whether you're at school or work, that don't smoke it, but they can smell it, and they'll be like, they just get to panicking, or having a panic attack, or acting like I'm not saying people who don't smoke weed is bad people, but you do have that one that's act like the world is going to end because they smell marijuana or whatever, or the world is about to blow up because they smell it, and it's so just having that spray, or you don't want the person to go to work and it'll be like, well, come on into this office with us, we need you to pee in the cup. You know what I mean? Because you're under, reasonable suspicion or whatever. So you wouldn't want that for the individual. So getting something like that, I would say it's probably going to be the most important thing out of anything, out of the things that I've just listed. So those were the 15 gift ideas that, hopefully you got something from it. Again, with Father's Day coming up, I'm going to include mothers there, because there's single mothers out there who act as fathers, You know, there's single dads who act as mothers, you know, being mommy and daddy, you know, whatever. But Father's Day coming up, you know, great gift idea to get that special someone in your life. So that's my gift ideas. So with that, I'm just going to end this video. I hope that you are in a happy mind state. And until the next time, take care.